Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. He is widely regarded as the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. Introduced in Fantastic Four 1 in 1961, he is the leader of the Fantastic Four and one of the most influential minds in Marvel Comics. His intelligence is unmatched, spanning across multiple scientific disciplines, including physics, engineering, biology, and even interdimensional research. Reed's origins began with his early life as a child prodigy. Born to a wealthy physicist, Nathaniel Richards, Reed showed exceptional intelligence from a young age, and by the time he was in his early teens, he had already enrolled in university programs at institutions like MIT, Harvard, and Empire State University. And it was at Empire State University where he met his longtime friend and rival, Victor Von Doom, who would later become Dr. Doom. And during his time as a student, he also befriended Ben Grimm, who would go on to become the Thing. His defining moment came when he and his team, Susan Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, embarked on a space mission that exposed them to cosmic radiation. And this accident granted them superpowers, turning Reed into Mr. Fantastic with the ability to stretch his body into any shape. And one of his greatest inventions is the Bridge, a device that allows him to view alternate timelines and realities, giving him insight into the consequences of different actions. He also played a key role in the creation of Unstable Molecules, a revolutionary fabric that adapts to the abilities of its wearer, hence why the Fantastic Four suit can withstand extreme conditions. And perhaps his most dangerous discovery is the Ultimate Nullifier, a weapon capable of erasing anything from existence, which even Galactus fears. And despite his brilliance, Reed's focus on science often makes him emotionally distant, straining his relationship with Susan Storm and the Fantastic Four. And he has played a vital role in Secret Wars 2015. He was one of the few who survived the collapse of the multiverse and ultimately reshaped reality itself after defeating Dr. Doom. And as a founding member of the Illuminati, a secret group of intellectual powerhouses including Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther, Reed has had a hand in some of the most consequential decisions affecting the Marvel Universe. So his intelligence has saved the world countless times, but it has also been his greatest flaw. Whether he is exploring new dimensions or struggling to balance his personal relationships, Reed remains one of Marvel's most fascinating and complex characters, and his legacy as the world's greatest mind is cemented, and no matter how many geniuses emerge, few can match the intellect and the impact of Mr. Fantastic. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. He is one of Marvel's most iconic characters. First appeared in Tales of Suspense 39 in 1963, Stark is not just a genius but a visionary, an inventor, and a businessman who built one of the most advanced suits of armor in comic book history. His intellect is often compared to that of Reed Richards, though while Reed is more of a theoretical scientist, Stark is a hands-on engineer and inventor. Born to industrialists Howard Stark and Maria Stark, Tony was a child prodigy who displayed an exceptional understanding of engineering from a young age, and by the age of 17, he had graduated from MIT with degrees in physics and engineering. And despite his genius, Tony lived a reckless and hedonistic lifestyle, more interested in luxury and parties than in responsibility. And that changed when he was kidnapped by terrorists and forced to create a weapon. Instead, he built the first Iron Man suit, using his engineering brilliance to escape captivity. The Iron Man suits alone showcase his brilliance, evolving from a bulky, primitive design to highly advanced models equipped with nanotechnology, AI, and an arsenal of weapons. And his suits have adapted to various challenges, including space travel, deep-sea exploration, and even fighting gods. And beyond his suits, Stark has revolutionized multiple fields. He has developed AI, energy solutions, and advanced robotics, and his company, Stark Industries, has been at the forefront of technological advancement. And while his intelligence allows him to anticipate and counter threats, it also isolates him, as he often believes he alone has the answers. And this arrogance has led to catastrophic mistakes, such as the creation of Ultron, the AI that turned against humanity. And there's also his battle with alcoholism, depicted in Demon in Battle in 1979, showcasing his struggle with addiction and self-destruction. So his intelligence is both his greatest asset and his greatest weakness. He is constantly improving, upgrading, and seeking perfection. But this relentless drive often blinds him to the emotional and ethical consequences of his actions. And throughout Marvel's history, Tony has played a key role in major events, from forming the Avengers to leading Earth's defense against cosmic threats, and his legacy extends beyond his own lifetime, as his influence continues through characters like Riri Williams, aka Ironheart, and his many AI constructs. In the end, Tony Stark is more than just a big man in a suit of armor. He is the embodiment of human ingenuity, resilience, or as he likes to say,
genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Victor Von Doom, aka Dr. Doom. He is one of Marvel's most dangerous minds. He first appeared in Fantastic Four 5 in 1962 and has since become one of the most iconic villains in comic book history. He was born to a Romani family in the small European country of Latveria, where his mother, Cynthia von Doom, practiced dark magic. She was killed by Mephisto after a failed attempt to bargain for power, and his father, Werner von Doom, who was a healer who died trying to protect Victor from the cruel Latverian government. Orphaned and consumed with vengeance, Victor became obsessed with both science and sorcery, seeking ways to surpass his parents' failures and claim ultimate power. His genius was recognized early, earning him a scholarship to Empire State University in the United States, where he met Reed Richards. And while Reed saw Victor as a rival in intellect, Doom viewed him as an obstacle to be eliminated, and his arrogance led him to conduct a dangerous experiment to contact his mother's soul in the afterlife. And when Reed pointed out an error in his calculations, Doom ignored him, leading to an explosion that severely scarred his face and got him expelled. Blaming Reed for his failure, Doom's hatred toward him became a lifelong obsession. And after leaving the US, Doom traveled the world and eventually arrived in Tibet, where he was taken in by a group of monks. There he forged his legendary Iron Mask and armor, symbolizing the birth of Dr. Doom. And with this intelligence and the mastery of technology, he returned to Latveria, overthrew its ruler, and crowned himself monarch, turning the small nation into a technologically advanced superpower. And Doom has built countless powerful inventions, including time machines, planet-destroying weapons, and advanced Doombots, robotics copies of himself that act as decoys. And his armor is on par with Iron Man's, equipped with energy projection, force fields, and even mystical enhancement. And despite his villainous reputation, Doom sees himself as the rightful ruler of Earth. He genuinely believes that the world would be better under his control, as he views most leaders as incompetent. And in various alternate realities and storylines, such as Secret Wars 2015, Doom has succeeded in becoming a godlike ruler, reshaping the multiverse itself. And his rule, while authoritarian, often brings stability, proving that his intelligence is not just theoretical, it is practical. But still, his greatest weakness is his arrogance. His need to be recognized as superior has led to his downfall numerous times, and his refusal to acknowledge his own flaws prevents him from achieving ultimate success. Even when he has obtained godlike power, as seen in Secret Wars, he ultimately loses it due to his own self-doubt and inability to let go of his ego. And throughout Marvel's history, Doom has fought nearly every major hero, from the Fantastic Four to the Avengers and even cosmic entities like the Beyonder, and he has wielded immense power from the Power Cosmic to the Infinity Gauntlet, yet he always returns to his original goal, proving himself as the greatest mind in existence. So he is basically an anti-hero, a king, a scientist, and a sorcerer, all rolled into one. And that's what makes him one of Marvel's most enduring figures, a man who could save the world if only he could overcome his ego. So whether as a dictator or a god, Doom remains one of the most compelling and intelligent characters in comic book history. Adam Brashear, aka Blue Marvel. He is one of Marvel's most underrated yet incredibly intelligent characters. He first appeared in Adam the Legend of the Blue Marvel 1 in 2008, and he is a former soldier, scientist, and superhero, and a genius on par with Reed Richards and Tony Stark. But his contributions to science and heroism have been largely hidden due to the racism of the era in which he emerged. Adam was a child prodigy who grew up excelling in maths and theoretical physics. He attended Cornell University, where he earned multiple degrees in engineering and physics before being recruited by the US government as part of an experimental energy project, and his research focused on harnessing antimatter as a power source, which led to the negative reactor experiment, an attempt to tap into the negative zone for unlimited energy. However, the experiment went wrong, exposing Adam and his best friend Connor Sims to a mutagenic explosion. While Sims became the villainous anti-man, Adam was transformed into a being of unimaginable power, gaining superhuman strength, near invulnerability, and the ability to manipulate antimatter energy. So with his newfound abilities, Adam adopted the identity of Blue Marvel and became a superhero in the 60s. He fought crime and even prevented global disasters, earning him a reputation as one of the most powerful heroes of his time. However, when his identity was revealed, the US government ordered him to retire, fearing the backlash of having a black superhero at the height of racial tensions in America. So Adam lived a quiet life as a scientist and professor. Even after his retirement, Adam continued his research in quantum physics, antimatter, and cosmic energy manipulation. He has developed technology that can detect universal anomalies, built advanced power sources, and even discovered ways to harness energies beyond human comprehension. And despite being kept in the shadows for decades, Blue Marvel was eventually brought back into action by the superhero community when his power was desperately needed. He joined the Ultimates, a team of high-level strategists and cosmic problem solvers, alongside Black Panther, Captain Marvel, America Chavez, Spectrum, and Miss America. And as part of the Ultimates, Atom helped solve cosmic threats, prevent multiversal collapses, and even cure Galactus of his hunger, turning the Devourer of Worlds into a life-bringer instead of a destroyer. And unlike Tony Stark, who is often driven by ego, or Reed Richards, who can be emotionally detached, Atom is deeply compassionate. His moral compass is unwavering, and his decisions are guided by the desire to better humanity rather than seek recognition. And his intelligence is not just about creating new technology, but understanding the fundamental nature of the universe and how to use science responsibly. But he often struggles with the burden of being an icon and often doubts whether he should lead the charge, given the way the world once rejected him. Valeria Richards. She's the daughter of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, first introduced as a baby in Fantastic Four 54 in 2002. She later aged rapidly due to time travel related events, and eventually emerging as a child prodigy with intelligence that rivals and in some ways surpasses even her father's. Unlike many other Marvel geniuses, Valeria's mind operates on a different level. She doesn't just solve problems, she sees solutions before the problems even arise. Initially, Sue Storm became pregnant with her second child, but complication arose due to cosmic radiation affecting the baby. Reed and the Fantastic Four tried everything to save the child, even seeking help from Doctor Doom. Tragically, Sue's pregnancy seemingly ended in a stillbirth. However, in a later storyline, it was revealed that the child had actually survived, but was transported into another timeline by Franklin Richards, her reality-wrapping older brother. And in this alternate timeline, she was raised under different circumstances before eventually returning to the main Marvel universe as a hyper-intelligent young girl. And upon her return, she renamed herself Valeria, and in a shocking twist, she even developed a close bond with Doctor Doom, seeking him as an uncle figure. And Doom, recognizing her potential, gave her the honorary title Valeria Von Doom. And even as a child, Valeria surpassed Reed Richards in sheer problem-solving ability. She has demonstrated an IQ far beyond human levels, capable of grasping complex physics, engineering, and theoretical science before she even became a teenager. And some of her most impressive feats include building devices that defy physics, including teleporters, AI systems, and interdimensional communicators, and also she can predict future events, as her intelligence operates at such an advanced level that she can foresee complex cause and effect relationships, making her decisions eerily precise. And like I mentioned, unlike her father who sees Doom as his lifelong enemy, Valeria acknowledges Doom's brilliance and in some cases even trusts him more than her own father. Doom in turn respects Valeria immensely, calling her his greatest student. And Reed is deeply uncomfortable with Doom's influence over her, but even he cannot deny that her mind operates on a level beyond normal human comprehension. However, her intelligence also makes her a potential cosmic threat. She grabs knowledge so quickly that she sometimes overlooks the ethical consequences of her actions. So whether she ultimately uses her genius for good or follows a darker path remains to be seen. However, one thing is certain, she is one of the smartest characters in the Marvel Universe, and her story is far from over. Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk. He is one of the most brilliant minds in the Marvel Universe. First introduced in The Incredible Hulk 1 in 1962, Banner is a genius-level scientist specializing in nuclear physics, biochemistry, and radiation science. While most people recognize him for his transformation into the Raging Hulk, his intellect is often overshadowed by his monstrous alter ego. Beneath the surface, Banner is one of the smartest individuals in Marvel, constantly pushing the limits of scientific discovery while battling his own inner demons. Bruce's intellect was apparent from a young age. Born to Brian and Rebecca Banner, Bruce was also a child prodigy, displaying an early understanding of advanced physics and engineering. Unfortunately, his childhood was deeply traumatic. His father, an abusive alcoholic, resented Bruce's intelligence and believed it was unnatural. And after witnessing his father kill his mother in a fit of rage, Bruce withdrew emotionally, throwing himself into his studies as an escape. His brilliance earned him a PhD in nuclear physics and gamma radiation, and later began working for the US government on an experimental gamma bomb project. And during a bomb test, Banner saw a young man, Rick Jones, wander onto the site. Without hesitation, Bruce rushed to save him, pushing him into a trench but absorbing the full force of the gamma radiation explosion himself. But instead of killing him, the radiation transformed him into the iconic Hulk. But despite this curse, Banner remains one of the most brilliant minds in Marvel, and one of his most intriguing creations is BannerTech, an advanced form of nanotechnology that rivals Stark technology in efficiency. Banner's greatest struggle is not with external enemies, but with himself. He is often feared and hunted. Governments view him as a threat, and many superheroes hesitate to trust him, knowing that one emotional outburst could level entire cities. And while other geniuses fully embrace their intelligence, Banner is constantly at war with his own mind, fearing the consequences of his knowledge and power. Over the years, Banner has learned to merge his intelligence with the Hulk's strength, creating various versions of himself, like Professor Hulk. Banner is a man who could have been the greatest scientist in history, if not for the accident that turned him into the Hulk. But despite that, he continues to fight for good, using both his mind and his monstrous form to protect a world that fears him. The High Evolutionary. He is one of the most terrifyingly intelligent minds in Marvel Comics. First appearing in The Mighty Thor 134 in 1966, he is a scientist whose obsession with genetic perfection and evolution has led him to manipulate DNA, create entire species, and even challenge cosmic beings. The High Evolutionary seeks to remake reality itself, often blurring the line between science and godhood. His real name is Herbert Wyndham. He was a brilliant geneticist in the 40s, inspired by the research of Mr. Sinister. And while studying at Oxford University, he became obsessed with the idea of accelerating evolution, believing that he could artificially enhance living beings. He developed an experimental genetic accelerator, which allowed him to manipulate DNA at an unprecedented level. However, his ethics quickly deteriorated as his experiments became more extreme. He was expelled from the scientific community for conducting unauthorized genetic modifications, and instead of stopping, he relocated to Mount Wundagore, a hidden fortress in Eastern Europe, where he continued his research in secrecy. There he created the Newmen, a race of genetically enhanced human-animal hybrids with advanced intelligence. So his scientific achievements go beyond human comprehension. He mastered evolution itself, creating entire species, and in one of the most insane experiments, he constructed an entire planet, Counter-Earth, complete with its own ecosystem and civilization. And unlike other geniuses who rely on their natural intellect, the High Evolutionary genetically modified his own brain, allowing him to process information faster than supercomputers. And his intelligence and scientific advancements have put him at odds with beings like Galactus, the Celestials, and the Beyonders. And unlike classic villains, he does not seek power for domination. He genuinely believes that he is improving life. However, his methods are extreme, often resulting in genocide, forced experimentation, and mass extinction events. He has played both hero and villain in different storylines. He has uplifted civilizations, granting intelligence to species that would have otherwise remained primitive, and when his experiments fail or do not meet his standards, he erased entire populations, considering them unworthy of existence. This god complex makes him one of the most unpredictable minds in Marvel, but he ain't no god. He has flaws that prevent him from achieving ultimate success, and these weaknesses have led to his downfall multiple times, as his own arrogance and impatience prevent him from achieving true godhood. So whether he is a savior or a monster, that depends on the story, but one thing is clear, he is one of the most advanced and dangerous intellectuals in the Marvel Universe. Lunella Lafayette, aka Moon Girl. She is one of the youngest, most brilliant minds in the Marvel Universe. First appearing in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 1 in 2015, Lunella is a 9-year-old child prodigy whose intelligence exceeds that of some of the greatest minds in Marvel history, officially recognized as the smartest person on Earth. Lunella grew up in New York City, where she constantly felt out of place due to her extraordinary intelligence. While other kids were playing, she was building high-tech gadgets, modifying robotics, and solving scientific problems that adults couldn't comprehend. And her intellect was often dismissed or misunderstood because of her age. And her story took a dramatic turn when she discovered a Cree-Omni-Wave projector, a device that opened a time portal, pulling Devil Dinosaur, a massive red T-Rex from the prehistoric era, into modern-day New York. Though an unusual pairing, Lunella and Devil Dinosaur quickly became best friends, with the dinosaur serving as her protector while she navigated a world that often underestimated her. Her intelligence is not just theoretical, it's intuitive. She doesn't just learn, she instinctively understands science, engineering, and advanced technology in ways that even Reed Richards struggles to comprehend. She has created advanced technology, including AI assistants, enhanced armor, and reality wrapping devices, using nothing but common materials. And in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur issue 13, Reed Richards himself admitted that she might be smarter than him, making her the first confirmed person to surpass Reed's intellect. And when she discovered that she carried the Inhuman gene, she studied its effects and found ways to control her transformation before it even happened. So her intelligence is not just about knowledge, it's about problem solving and adaptation at an unprecedented level. She has worked alongside some heroes, and her inventions have helped save New York City and beyond. So unlike other intelligent characters who thrive on their intelligence, Moon Girl sometimes wishes she could just be a normal kid. And while she can build advanced technology, she lacks experience, emotional maturity, and battle instincts, which means she often has to rely on others, like Devil Dinosaur, for protection. But all that out of the way, Moon Girl is one of the smartest characters in Marvel, and she's only just getting started. And as she grows older, her potential becomes limitless. Thanks for watching.